What's the only country in the world that has a square flag?
That would be Switzerland. While most countries have rectangular flags, the Swiss flag is a perfect square. The only other exception is the Vatican City flag, which is also square.
A nation with precision in everything, even their flag. Now, what's the oldest known written language?
Sumerian, from ancient Mesopotamia. It dates back over 5,000 years and was written in cuneiform script on clay tablets. It eventually faded out, but it set the foundation for many modern writing systems.
Imagine being the first person to write something down. Must have felt like magic. Now, what's the largest desert in the world?
Surprisingly, it's Antarctica. People always think of sand, but a desert is any place with extremely low precipitation. The Sahara is the largest hot desert, but Antarctica is the driest and coldest.
A frozen wasteland, yet still a desert. Now, what's the deepest cave on Earth?
That would be the Veryovkina Cave in Georgia, the country, not the U.S. state. It's over 2,200 meters deep, deeper than the height of the Burj Khalifa.
A vertical plunge into darkness. Speaking of which, what's the most remote inhabited place on Earth?
Tristan da Cunha, a tiny volcanic island in the South Atlantic. The nearest inhabited land is over 2,400 kilometers away, and only about 250 people live there.
Imagine needing a quick trip to the shop, only a week-long boat journey to get supplies. Now here's a strange one. What's the heaviest living organism on Earth?
That would be Pando, a massive aspen tree colony in Utah, USA. It looks like a forest, but all the trees are actually one single organism, connected by underground roots. It weighs over 6,000 tons.
A tree that's also an empire. Now a different record. What's the longest animal on the planet?
Not the blue whale. It's actually the bootlace worm, found in the North Sea. Some can grow over 55 meters long, longer than a football field.
A living rope just floating in the sea. Now, what's the largest man-made structure by volume?
Not the Great Wall of China. It's actually the Bagger 293, a German-built bucket wheel excavator. It's over 96 meters tall and weighs 14,000 tons, the heaviest land vehicle ever built.
A mechanical beast. Now let's talk money. What's the largest denomination banknote ever printed?
Hungary, after World War II, printed the 100 quintillion pengo note. That's 100 quintillion pengo. Hyperinflation made it worthless almost immediately.
A note with more zeros than cents. Now, what's the strangest planet scientists have discovered?
HD 189733b. It's an exoplanet where it rains molten glass sideways because of its 8,000 kilometers per hour winds.
A place straight out of science fiction. Now, what's the rarest gemstone in the world?
Pienite. For decades, only 2 specimens existed, making it the rarest mineral on Earth. Even today, it's incredibly scarce.
A true collector's dream. Now, here's one for the senses. What's the loudest sound ever recorded on Earth?
The Krakatoa volcanic eruption in 1883. It was heard over 5,000 kilometers away, ruptured eardrums, and even shattered windows in Australia.
A sound so powerful it circled the globe multiple times. Now, what's the world's tallest waterfall?
Angel Falls in Venezuela. It plunges down 979 meters, so high that much of the water evaporates before it reaches the ground.
A waterfall that disappears midair. Now that's impressive. Now onto food. What's the world's oldest recipe?
A 4,000-year-old Sumerian recipe for beer. It was found on an ancient clay tablet and describes how to brew a fermented drink from barley.
Humans and alcohol, a bond as old as civilization. Now, what's the fastest growing city in the world?
Lagos, Nigeria. The population is exploding, over 20 million people already, and it's growing by 600,000 per year.
A megacity in the making. Now, what's the most earthquake-prone country?
Japan. It sits on the Ring of Fire, a hotspot for seismic activity. It has thousands of earthquakes every year, but they've mastered earthquake-resistant technology.
Adaptation at its finest. Now, last one, what's the longest train journey you can take?
The Trans-Siberian Railway. It stretches over 9,200 kilometers, from Moscow to Vladivostok, taking over 6 days to complete.
A journey through the vastness of Russia. Right, that was quite the collection of facts.
Indeed. But the world is full of mysteries, we've barely scratched the surface.
Then let's continue over tea, no better way to discuss the wonders of the world.